Hey Frida, how's it going? I just wanted to check and see that you've already started your lunch break for the day.
Hello there, Eric. Yes, actually. I just got up from my desk right now. Why do you ask? Is something the matter?
Well, I just was actually kind of in the area where you work and was wondering if you wanted to grab some lunch with me. I know of a really good place near here that I was thinking of going to.
Oh, well, that's very thoughtful of you to invite me, but I actually brought my own lunch today.
You brought your own lunch? As in from home?
I did actually, yes. I've been trying to bring more food from home lately.
Oh, well, that's great. Maybe we can eat your lunch together outside. I would just love to try a bit of your cooking. I'll be something for myself nearby, of course.
Now, hold on just a minute. The thing is that I actually brought my lunch in today because I have to sit on a meeting right now.
Wait, what? But I thought you just said you were on your lunch break. You mean they're really making you work on your break? Have you ever thought about changing jobs or something like that? I know some people who are hiring that I can introduce you to. I know plenty of people who would love to have a worker like you under them.
Again, I really appreciate the consideration, but I'm actually very satisfied with where I'm working. Actually, there's a lot of young moms working here, so we kind of had a little community here. I mean, even this meeting is also just going to have sharing the office gossip and half getting down to business, if I can be honest.
I see. Well, darn. That really stinks. I was hoping that since I was so close to your office already, that you would really want to go out with me today. But I guess not.
Yeah, I'm sorry the timing didn't work out. Maybe we can arrange for something at another day.
I know, but I just wish that our business was close together like they used to. I haven't seen you since our companies finished their last project together. I think about you a lot, you know.
Right. Well, I suppose we can't really do much, but wait until our works propose some kind of collaboration again.
Oh, right. That actually reminds me. I have some tickets for baseball this weekend, and I was wondering if you'd be interested at all going with me.
Eric, I think that we've talked about this, but the fact of the matter is that I just don't have that much time to myself. You know that I'm a single mother, so when I'm not at work, I'm trying to spend as much time with my daughter as possible.
Of course I understand that. That's why I made sure to get tickets for her as well. So does that mean that we can all go to the game together?
Eric, I'm sorry, but that wasn't the point I was trying to make.
Well, then I guess I'm just a little confused. What is the point you're trying to make?
I'm just trying to say that you're a stranger to my daughter. I'm not quite sure how she would react if I told her that we were suddenly to go to a baseball game with some man she's never met before.
Oh, I see what you mean. You're worried that your daughter is going to be a little nervous meeting someone new for the first time. Well, there's nothing to worry about. I'm sure that she'll get used to me over time.
Over time? Now I'm the one that's confused. Just what do you mean by that?
Well, I mean that this baseball game is only going to be the first of our many adventures together. I mean, I know that things are hard for you as a single mother right now, but that's why I'm going to step in as your husband and daughter's father.
Okay, hold on just a second there. It's only been a few years since my husband and Jane's father has passed away. To both of us, he's still the only person with those roles in our lives. So, I'm sorry, but you aren't going to be able to just take that place as if nothing has happened.
Oh, come on. There's no need to play the grieving wife anymore. Don't you get that? I'm trying to help you out here. I mean, you can't pretend like having a full-time job and taking care of a child is easy, right? Now, I know that we may not be related by blood, but I'm ready to be a father to your daughter. I know that this would work if you just give me a chance.
Eric, what I was trying to say earlier is that while I am taking care of my daughter, I'm really just not that interested in seeing other people.
But, I mean, isn't one of the joys of being a single mother getting to start dating again? I don't see what's wrong with anything that I've said. I'm just trying to make sure that you haven't given up on enjoying life. I mean, you're already in your 30s, right? You need to start thinking about your future, don't you think?
I don't think there's anything wrong with finding love after losing one's husband. It's just not for me right now. Anyways, I feel like we're just starting to talk in circles now, but I hope that we can maintain good relations as business partners.
But I want to be more than that. I want to be your partner and help you.
And I am grateful for the consideration, but I'm respectfully asking you to drop this. Anyways, this meeting is starting soon, so I've got to go.
Hey there, Frida. I was just curious about what you're up to right now.
Hello, Eric. I'm on the way home from work right now. Can I help you with something?
Well, I was going to give you a present, but then I found out that you left already for the day. I found out that you take the bus to work, but do you mind telling me what stop you get off at? I can just go and deliver it to you myself.
Eric, I know that you've already followed me home before. You know what stopped it, but I really would rather just go home without seeing you.
You mean that you don't even want to know at all what kind of present I have for you?
I really am not that interested in all, to be honest. I also just don't feel comfortable accepting a present like this from a man I don't really have any connection with.
What are you talking about? You said so yourself. Remember? We're business partners. Of course there's a connection. Besides, did you let someone else from your office give you a stuffed animal to give to your daughter? I made him tell me all about it. So why does he get to give you stuff but I can't?
Well, that's because Tim works at the same office as me and we get along well. Additionally, he happened to meet Jane one day when I had to bring her to the office.
Hold on a second. You're not dating this Tim guy, are you? Because you know that I'd be a much, much better partner for you than he would. Besides, isn't he like 6 years younger than you are?
Eric, you really need to stop leaping to conclusions about my life. I mean, not only is it rude to me, it's also rude to Tim, who is married. We really are just coworkers that get along well with each other.
But that still doesn't answer my question as to why he can give you a gift and I can't. I mean, the gift isn't even for you. It's for your daughter.
But you only bought the present because you have feelings for me, isn't that right?
Look, it's a present for your daughter, and that's it. It has nothing to do with you.
I really am not so sure about that. But either way, Jane is my daughter, and it's my decision. And I don't think she wants to receive a present from someone who she has never met anyway. Now, I would really appreciate if you only contact my number to talk about work matters from here on out. If you don't, then I'll have to report this behavior to your boss.
I'm sorry to say, but my company isn't going to do anything about actions that I might be taking outside of work. They have no right to tell me how I can or can't talk to people in my personal life.
Well, I don't really think this is a personal matter. The only reason I know you at all is through work, and we only ever met once.
But we went out to get food, didn't we?
You told me that it was company meal to celebrate the end of the project. But when I got to the restaurant, it was just you. And to be honest, I find it a little scary just how much you're pursuing me. And now, all I want to do is go home and spend time with my daughter.
But you two get to spend so much time together anyways, right? So I just don't get why I can't take up some of your time too.
I'm afraid that isn't a decision for you to make. Now please, just leave me alone.
All I wanted to do was talk to you and take you out on a date. I don't get why you're being so mean to me right now. Don't you get that I like you? I mean, I really, really like you. I want to be your husband and Jane's father. Don't you get that?
That is exactly why I don't want anything to do with you. You hardly know me.
But I know that you're a single mother and that I could make you and your daughter happy. You should just forget about that dead husband of yours and be with me. You know that I'll make you happy, don't you?
Look, my daughter and I are happy enough together and we don't need someone else in our life. So how about you just forget all about me, okay?
So you mean that you only want to talk to me while you're at work then?
Not even close. I don't want to talk to you at all unless the circumstances are forcing it. But I simply want you in my life as little as possible.
But you don't even know how good I'll make things for you. Please, you have to at least go on a date with me. You owe me at least that much.
Look, I'm really busy right now and I don't have time for this. So please just leave me alone, okay?
But I just want to make you happy. Why can't you see that?
Hey, Mom, are you there? I kind of need to talk to you right now. This is your number, right?
Sorry, are you sure you have the right number? I don't know anyone who would call me Mom.
Mom, it's me, Molly. We've never ever met before, but I'm bleeding from my head. You have to come and help me.
I'm really sorry, but I have no idea who you are and my daughter Jane is right here next to me. Please stop sending me messages. If this is a prank, I'm not finding it funny.
It's not a prank at all, though. I really am your daughter. I swear.
Do you mind if I ask where you even got this number from in the first place? Because I really think that you are talking to the wrong person right now.
It was in my dad's phone. It said that this was my mom's number.
So you're telling me that your dad had my number as his wife on his phone?
Yeah, that's what happened. That's why I'm calling you.
Molly, can you please tell me what your last name is?
It's Johnson. My name is Molly Johnson.
I see. And your dad wouldn't happen to be named Eric Johnson, would he?
Yeah, that's right. That's my daddy's name.
Okay, I understand. Now, what were you saying about bleeding? From your head? What happened? Are you okay?
My daddy just walked out of the house. I think he's probably going out to drink again tonight.
Hold on a second. I'll send your dad a text and tell him about this.
No! You can't do that. If you do that, then my daddy will get really, really mad at me. I know that he's already going to be mad for finding his number. He might even hit me again.
Hold on a second. Your father hits you? Is he the reason why you're bleeding from your head?
The bleeding stopped. I think all the blood finally stopped coming out of my head.
Molly, would you mind telling me how old you are?
I'm 10.5 years old right now.
Okay. Can you wait where you are? I can come and get you. Do you know your address?
Yes, I know my address. I have it memorized by heart.
Okay, that's very good to hear. Just send me your address and I'll be right there, okay?
Hey Frida, I would really like it if you can keep your lunch hour open for me. I was thinking that you and I could put our heads together and try to come up with another project our companies could collaborate on. So basically, this would be a work thing and not a personal thing. That means that you'll go along with this, right?
How can you even talk about something like that right now, Eric?
So, what do you mean? I thought you said that you only wanted to talk to me when it had something to do with work.
You really think that's what I'm talking about right now? When was the last time that you were at your own house?
Frida, are you feeling okay? You don't seem right. Something is off here.
I am just fine. But what I want to know is why you're acting so calm when your daughter is missing from her house.
Daughter? What do you mean by that?
I mean, your daughter, the one that I didn't even know you had until recently.
And just how did you even figure out that I had a daughter? I was going to tell you about her after we started dating. Unless you looked into me because you have a secret crush.
I literally told you the other day that I want as little to do with you as possible. But right now, I'm just angry. I mean, how could you treat your own daughter like this? Did you know that she was bleeding from her head yesterday? I had to take her to the hospital.
And you think that I did that? I didn't do anything to her. And just what are you doing taking my daughter to the hospital, huh?
Well, she reached out to me. She called me because apparently you have my number saved under wife in your phone. She thought that she was calling her real mother.
That little brat doesn't realize what kind of trouble she puts everyone through when she acts like that. I'll have to make sure she learns her lesson this time. What hospital is she at?
I am not going to tell you that. In fact, I would prefer it if you never ever saw your daughter again. That's why I went to the police to talk to them about this. And hopefully that means you'll be hearing from them soon.
Wait a second. You called the cops? Why in the world would you do that?
Because you abused your child and then abandoned her at home all alone. When I went to go and pick her up, I could see all the bruises on her body.
You've got this all wrong. She just likes playing outside a lot. She falls over and gets bruised, and that's it.
Oh, really? Because Molly told me it was because you hit her all the time.
And you're really just going to believe whatever some little girl tells you? Sure, I may have scolded her a few times, but I never ever hit her.
Even the doctors who looked at her agree that they were marking from being hit. So I know that you're just lying to save yourself right now. You really are horrible, do you know that?
But this is perfect. You could help me raise Molly then, right? I mean, as you can see, I'm terribly ill-equipped to be taking care of her by myself. But I know that with our powers combined, we could be great parents. And this way, our daughters could be sisters. Isn't that great too?
You really have no idea what's about to come next, do you? Don't you realize that you're going to lose custody of Molly?
No, that won't open. I won't ever let anyone take my daughter away from me. Besides, her mother is even more unfit than me to take care of her.
I heard that your ex-wife ended up checking herself into a psychiatric ward. Isn't that right? But it sounds to me like she only developed her illness after being married to you.
No, she was always a crazy lady. It was always bubbling just beneath the surface.
Oh, just give it a break already. You were such a rotten little liar.
Frida, what's gotten into you? You never ever used to talk to me like this.
You insult your wife, you abuse your child, and you have the gall to say that you're more qualified than anyone else to take care of your daughter? You really are just a horrible human being. Did you really think that I would ever want to start a family with you? You never had a chance with me before, but now there's no way that I would ever want anything to do with you again.
Wait, I don't get it. Why are you acting like this? This isn't right.
I mean, really, do you have any idea all of the suffering that you've put those around you through? I knew that you were already an insufferable person to be around, but I had no idea that you were actually this bad. You're nothing but a creep and bully and a terrible father, and you've been nothing but annoying to me.
But no, this can't be happening. You and I were supposed to start a family together. Can you just calm down so that we can talk about all of this?
You think I'm in any mood to be taking orders from you right now? I am never going to listen
What
to
is that
someone who
supposed to
their own
mean?
Kid has to say. It means that I've told your work and your ex-wife and anyone else who will listen about the horrible person that you are. So while I can't say what this will mean for your career, I think it's fair to say that your wife will end up with Molly.
I thought I already told you to stop trying to mix personal with business. Don't you see the trouble that you could be getting me into? Just how are you going to take responsibility if I got fired or something?
And just what makes you think that any of that is my responsibility? I've only reported it to the people that matter, exactly what you've been up to.
No, you have no idea what you're talking about. And you went and reported this nonsense to my workplace? Are you really sure you want to do this? Don't you know how I'll have to punish Molly when all this falls apart and I get her back?
You're terrible. You're just sick. But don't worry, this police will be getting copies of this whole conversation.
No, you can't do that. It isn't fair.
What isn't fair is trying to make threats against your own child so that you can make people do what you want. Well, you are not going to be allowed to get away with this anymore. I am going to stop you, and that's that. After that, the police found Eric and placed him under arrest. Although he wasn't given any jail time, he was given a hefty fine and a conviction on his record. Although I wish that the judge would have thrown him in jail for the rest of his life, but apparently what he did to Molly wasn't bad enough for that. And while Molly was safe after I took her to the hospital, it wasn't until her mother arrived to take her that I finally felt like she was safe. Eric's ex-wife was actually very lovely and seemed like a very responsible person. I also felt that Molly would be safe since her mother lived with her parents in their large house. It also helped that they would be receiving child support from Eric. As for Eric, he was fired from work after the details of his trial were made public. Additionally, he was ordered to keep his distance from Molly and his ex-wife. Apparently, the court was concerned over Eric's attempted some kind of revenge in the future. I heard later on that a man matching Eric's description was caught shoplifting from a store. I have no idea what Eric found to do with a job after being fired, but if that was Eric who was stealing, I can't imagine having a criminal record already would have helped his case. But thankfully, no matter who it was, I haven't seen or heard from Eric ever since the police took him away. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.